Yeah, you can go ahead and start.
Awesome. Hi, guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. How's everybody feeling, first of all? Good. Yeah. So first we're gonna talk about kind of Justice Corps San Diego. Is everybody here pre-law? Yes, everybody majority. Are you guys interested in law, thinking about it? Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
awesome. So this is a really great opportunity to, one, get legal experience, and two, just be within the San Diego County community. Is everybody here from San Diego?
Yeah.
Good. Everybody here? Awesome, okay. So this is the Justice Corps San Diego program, and so today I'll be kind of explaining the legal internship and also the fellowship. And then, sorry, just by a raise of hands, is everybody here gonna graduate soon or graduating within either this year or the spring? Nobody? Okay, awesome. So I'll mainly be talking about the legal undergraduate internship, if that's okay. So we could go ahead to the next slide. And so now we're gonna kind of talk about what Justice Corps California is. So kind of to give a general overview, Justice Corps is present within all kind of counties within the California. And so San Diego is one of the main regions that I will be talking about today. And then we'll go ahead on to the next slide. So sorry about that. Okay. And so what Justice Corps is it's a national service organization. So we get federal funding from US Congress, and they distribute the funds throughout the National Community Service to California Volunteers to AmeriCorps, which is right there. And so what our job to do is we serve within the California Superior Court systems. So there's Alameda County, Los Angeles County, and San Diego County. And right up there is also AmeriCorps programs, which Justice Corps is affiliated with. And so it's basically like a year of service that you do. You're committed to 300 hours within your service year. And if you're familiar with also fellow College Corps, also other programs, they're also affiliated with this too. Go to the next one. So Justice Corps partner campuses statewide. So there's Los Angeles, Bay Area, and San Diego. And so UCSD, Cal State San Marcos, and San Diego State, which is why we're here today, are a partner university for our program. And so the main reason why we target undergraduate students within, these specific campuses is because you guys are, really eligible and kind of, more than qualified to serve within the legal system of the court system. Specifically, don't target, California State universities such as, CCs or high schools, just because college students have, are traditionally over the age of 18 and, more qualified to kind of serve within these entities. And so we'll go to the next one. And so, why Justice Corps San Diego? So within the San Diego County, the reason why people complete, the service term within their internship is because across the county and across the different court systems, you help self-represented litigants. And so what self-represented litigants are they people who either can't afford an attorney or cannot, represent themselves within the court system. And so what you guys will be doing is you're essentially helping people, navigate the system through self-represented litigants, and you're just kind of alleviating the legal barriers for self-represented litigants. And so, sorry, I'll go back. Yeah, it's okay. So it began in 2007, and we have served more than 100,000 self-represented litigants and graduated 400 Justice Corps alumni. And so within the courthouses in San Diego, so we have North County, Central County, Courthouse, the Hall of Justice. 2 of these are downtown, and then we have East County and South County. So, when you apply, also consider these placements, just because, does anybody live, within the southern region of San Diego as of right now? Okay, awesome. And so, just also considering the different placements too, based on your mode of transportation, where you're located within the county, and then hours of operation. So our sites, all of our sites within the courthouse system is open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Mondays through Fridays. And so what you'll be doing within your service term. So one, you're going to be offering legal assistance, not advice. I do want to preface that when you apply to this internship, you do not need to know anything. You do not need to know anything about, the law, court systems, or anything. You're gonna be taught and supervised by an attorney. And so you're gonna be helping within family law, civil law, and those placements are really dependent on where you're located within the county too. I know within North County, we have both family law and civil law within, different courthouses. They don't offer both of those. But other than that, that's kind of where the placements look like. And then another thing you're going to be doing is helping self-represented litigants complete their forms and petitions and steps to complete their cases. So as I said earlier, kind of navigating and helping people through this trajectory of, their legal process. And so the biggest thing too is that I don't know, has anybody seen a legal form by any chance? No, it's if you get that opportunity, and within this opportunity, you're really gonna understand kind of one, what legal forms look like, two, how to navigate that within the court system, and three, how to help litigants kind of process their forms, because it is a very confusing process, especially if you speak a different language. So if you speak a different language, you're really able to help kind of alleviate those barriers for litigants as well. And then fourth, learn how the legal process works within the San Diego Superior Court system. And so aside from that, you're really able to gauge kind of what a courtroom looks like, what an office looks like, how an attorney kind of operates within, the different self-help centers. And you'll also get to visit and be placed within the courthouse. In general, a lot of internships within, policy, they don't actually allow you to be placed within, the future places that you'll be working with within the future. And so this gives you kind of that intimate and real experience of, if you want to go into law, if you want to work in the courthouse, giving you that real life experience. Go to the next one. So I'll be talking more about the two kind of opportunities that we'll be offering. So one, since everybody's kind of an undergraduate, we'll be talking about the legal access internship. And then if you graduate, or even, if you're interested in taking a gap year after college, the legal fellowship is a really, really great opportunity. And so for the legal access internship, you'll be serving part-time 300 hours from September 2024 to about June or May of 2025. And then your site, you'll be visiting approximately 8 to 10 hours a week. And so, like I said earlier, the times that you'll be serving will have to be during Mondays through Fridays during 8 to 5. And so just be kind of conscious of that, just because we've had a lot of interns ask, can I serve over the weekends? Can I serve online? The internship will be served fully in person, just because one, the courthouse doesn't offer remote kind of services, and then two, your experience will be, very prevalent and better if it's in person. And then for the legal fellowship, if anybody's also interested in that, just let me know after. I'd be happy to kind of talk to you about it. But what the legal fellowship is it's a full-time position. And it's, full-time 9 to 5, and you'll be serving 1,700 hours instead of the 300 hours. And with the legal fellowship, you'll be able to both learn kind of the process, but at the same time, you'll be helping supervise the legal internships within, or the legal interns within each site. Okay, next one. So for legal access interns, which are undergraduates, your qualifications, so you have to be enrolled at a Justice Corps partner university, which you guys are all, so congrats, you guys are all qualified. And then you have to come from any major course of study, so you could come from communications, policy, ethnic studies, you could come from really anything. You could also come from, a STEM major too. We don't really have any kind of strict qualifications for that. And then no prior legal experience is necessary. So you really don't have to have any prior experience. Even if worked a job or worked retail, we're more than happy to accept you into this opportunity. And so another qualification is that you need to be committed to serving the 300-hour term during the 2024 to 2025 academic year. The reason why we say this, and the reason why we put this kind of qualification up there is because when you commit to your term in your service year, you have to commit just because we get federal funding from the government. And so if, someone drops for whatever reason, it's too much on their plate, that basically disrupts the whole program. And so then our funding gets declined. And then in general, Justice Corps San Diego has such a big prevalence to helping our communities, especially in the courthouse. You guys will see how much you guys help people, navigating this process. And it is very, it can be demanding work, but at the same time, it's very rewarding. So making sure that we get people that are committed to serving the 300 hours and serving their terms. And then for the benefits, and I'll also talk more about the benefits too in my personal experience. I feel like everybody should be here and applying, just because it's a very rewarding experience on multiple levels. But one, so help numerous self-represented litigants within San Diego County. Like I said, it's a very, very, very rewarding experience, especially when people are, within their most vulnerable stages of their life, especially, handling child custody, handling, divorce, possibly getting evicted. So being able to help people through those stages in life is very, very great in terms of being able to help someone. And then two, so having first-hand experience in the legal field. And then three, receiving a scholarship at the completion of the term. So once you complete, unfortunately, it's not paid, but you will have the opportunity to receive a $1,600 scholarship at the end of the term. And then amazing connections and letters of recommendation for law school, graduate school, and career opportunities. And again, I'll talk more in depth about that towards the end. Then we'll go into the legal fellows. If you guys have any questions about the fellowship, let me know after. I'd be happy to talk more about it. But we'll just kind of talk more about the undergrad experience if that's okay. And then additional components to service. So when you're also serving within your individual site, you'll also be serving, participating in different community service opportunities. So, and then you'll also be attending reflection sessions throughout the service year. And you'll help learn, grow amongst the internship cohort. And so this picture right here, this was this past year at UCSD. We had our MLK Day of Service, and it was a big event. A couple of JC members were over here, and then they were, helping the local high schools. And then that far picture over there is one of the reflection sessions that we just held last month, which is a pretty big event. And so basically, with the community service opportunities, you're really able to, just connect and grow with the community, help serve others. And then two, with the reflection sessions, it's a really great opportunity for all members within the different court systems and different placements to kind of meet together, learn together, grow together. Because every internship is very unique. People are placed within different placements, but then also experience different cases. And some are placed in civil law, some are placed in family law, and so you're able to kind of grasp how the different experiences are. Then we'll go to the next one. And so career start and pathway. These are kind of my two favorite to kind of talk about, just because career start and pathway. So this internship is an excellent opportunity to get your foot in the door into law, even if you're unsure of what you want to practice, or even if you want to go to law school. So I know that, law school can be a very kind of, scary process and trying to figure that out. So this internship will really allow you to gauge whether, if you want to do it, if, you want to work within the courts, or even if you want to work within something within close vicinity of it. And then while working at the office, you have the chance to meet practicing attorneys and law students. So this is really good, especially if you don't know a lawyer, if you've never seen a lawyer, if you've never, interacted with a law student or paralegal. It really gives you that unique opportunity to kind of, interact and kind of gauge what kind of work they do as well. And you're really able to get a close connection with them as well. I mean, and then I'll talk about my experience at the end a little bit. But again, many Justice Corps and JC alumni have gone to top law schools, grad schools, and serve and work within various levels of law, government, education, policy, just to name a few. And a lot of our JC alumni, are well established within and across the United States. I was just at a conference, last weekend. I recognized within the panel that one of them was a JC alumni, we connected, and so you're able to really grasp and kind of gauge, you know, how your impact in your service within your undergrad can really follow you through your educational and career. And then another thing about kind of the career step in the career pathway, you do get letters of recommendation, and so this is a really, really good thing, especially if you're considering law school, just because that is a requirement through your law school application process. And two, the attorneys and, you know, people who supervise you, they're able to get to know you on a personal level. You know, you're working with them for 300 hours, and so you're really able to, you know, allow them to know your work, know your kind of work ethic, and you know, meet you on a personal level. So those look really good, especially if you do internships. Do not ever ask someone or a professor that you've never talked to, and you know, send them, you know, a request for a letter of recommendation, just because law schools want to know you on more of a personal level, and this is a perfect opportunity to get that. And then we'll go to, so academic credit. So Justice Corps may be eligible for academic credit depending on your major and the number of units you have completed. And then if you're interested in learning more on how to fulfill the Justice Corps academic credit for San Diego State University, please let me know. I recently connected with David. I don't know if anybody is familiar with David, but he's one of the internship coordinators here at San Diego State. And so I believe.
I'm at San Diego State. Holy shit.
So if you guys are interested in getting academic credit too, I'd be happy to help. And then, well, before I move on, does anybody have any questions, concerns? I'm also happy to talk about my experience and then anything that you guys are interested in talking about.
I know you said the commitment is from 9 to 5 during the week because you do have experience with it. How did you fit your class schedule around that?
Is your name Maddie?
Yes.
Oh my God, I think I know. I'm sorry, I know you. Okay.
Yeah, I recognize you. Yeah.
Hi. So with 9 to 5, okay, sorry, I didn't explain that right. So hi, thank you. So the opportunity, the offices are open from 9 to 5, Mondays through Fridays. But you have the flexibility to choose whatever kind of time you're able to commit to the service opportunity. So you're not committing, you know, 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. It's whatever hours you could choose, as long as we recommend 10 hours, we recommend between 8 to 10 hours a week. So, like you could choose, I know when I did it, I chose Tuesdays and Thursdays from like 8 AM to 12. Because also consider that they do take a lunch break between 12 to 1. And so, sorry, I'm like ignoring you guys over here. They do take a lunch break between 12 to 1. And so, just finding the flexibility between there. But for whatever reason, if you can't, you know, if you're struggling with hours or struggling with getting your hours done, the site supervisors are very understanding. You know, I know we're all students, I know we have jobs, I know we all have like, you know, families to take care of, extra kind of additional things. And so just making sure you communicate with them, they're more than willing to accommodate your schedule. Yeah. Does anybody else have any questions? Yeah.
So I guess just adding on to that previous question, I could just, for example, do the full open hours of the courthouse 8 to 5 just on Friday or something like that?
Yeah.
One day. Okay.
Yeah, I know when I was doing it too, when Tuesdays and Thursdays didn't work out, let's say it was like finals and I just didn't, you know, I wasn't able to work it out those weeks. I would go in all day on like a Wednesday from like 8 to 5 and just do all my hours. And so that worked out. I know, again, it's just kind of communicating that in that schedule switch with your site supervisor. But other than that, they're pretty accommodating.
And so just one more question I want to add on to that. If you're staying there basically the entire day, is like food provided or do you have to pay out of pocket for that?
Food is not provided, unfortunately. I don't even think they have, like, a lot of the courthouses don't even have like food courts or anything.
Yeah.
And so it's like pretty kind of isolated away from, you know, the city and everything. And again, it depends on your courthouse too. But other than that, food, you will need to provide that on your own.
Okay.
But I know for the reflection sessions, we have food, so that's fun.
Nice.
Do you know when the application decisions would come out?
So right now, I'll actually get to that. We'll go to the next slide. Okay, So, right now, the decisions, so the application for undergrads closes March 12th. And then I believe we'll get back to everybody mid-April, and then we'll do interviews during April. And so, for sure, spots will need to be solidified by, I'll double check for that when, you know, you need to make a decision by for yourself. But, the orientation for the following year, will start in September. Mhm. Yeah. Does anybody else have any questions? And then if it's okay, I'll talk about my experience, if that's okay, awesome, okay. And then, if I could just go up a couple slides. Let's see. A little bit more. Right here, okay. Or actually, I'll do this one and then I'll do this one, okay, cool. Okay, so I do wanna emphasize that within Justice Corps, I'm gonna talk from like personally speaking. I have never met or found a better opportunity than Justice Corps, and I'm not saying this because I work with them. I'm saying this just because I've gotten kind of a lot of opportunities within the program and within the network. And so as you could see, this program is very big and it's across the state of California. And so you have a really unique opportunity to, you know, meet and engage with people all across California. You know, if everybody wants to stay in California, a lot of law schools also know of this opportunity, you know, from Stanford, UCLA to, you know, USD. It's a very well-known opportunity. And so if you get to, you know, put this on your resume, it looks good, but at the same time, you're able to, you know, they know the work you've done and they know the services you've helped to provide people within California. And then I'll talk about this one real quick. And then, like I said, this is a really nationally known opportunity. And so, within my own experience, within, you know, the legal system and the justice system, this is one of the most, you know, premier kind of opportunities within the California state system and then within the judicial court system. And so, you know, a lot of our previous interns and a lot of our fellows have really been able to excel within the judicial branch of California. And so some of them have become judicial fellows within the Capital Fellows program, have been, you know, clerks, working in IT and also, you know, working within as attorneys serving the state. And so it's a very, very big program. I do want to emphasize that. And, you know, the Chief Justice has also, you know, been a proud kind of advocate for this program. And so it's a very, very big program. And then in terms of my own kind of personal experience with it, I'll just kind of run by like, you know, in a day in the life of what an internship and how you can experience it. And so we'll go to this here. Or actually one more, sorry. Oh, right here. Thank you, thank you. So I was placed in North County Courthouse, which is Vista, California. It's within the North County region of San Diego. And so I do want to just preface that all the sites are very different in terms of parking, you know, what they look like. And so I don't want to promise or put out a picture of like what a courthouse looks like because they all look very different. And so within my courthouse and my placement, I was placed within the family law facilitator's office. And when I did the internship, I was like, no, I don't want to do family law. Like, I don't want to do that. But just because I knew myself, I wasn't going to be able to handle that on like an emotional capacity. But I think after doing that experience and kind of, you know, gauging what family law looks like, I realized how interconnected it is with all kind of the legal field and everything. So what I did was, let's say I clocked in from 8 a.m. and I would go into my site. I actually don't have my badge right now. But I would show them my badge, they would let me in the courthouse, and then I would go to my placement. And then you would be placed within your intern desk, and then there would be a line of customers just waiting outside because one, the courthouses are only open within a certain time frame of the day. So, you know, getting earlier is better. And you guys will learn that. And so, you know, there would be a clerk in the beginning doing triage, which is basically just assessing their case and what their case looks like. And then you'll be assigned a litigant. And so it sounds kind of scary, you know, you're working one-on-one with litigants, but trust me, it's very you can learn and it's very manageable. But basically when I would be assigned to a case or a litigant, I would get their forms and I would kind of understand and meet with them one-on-one and say, okay, what are you here for? And they would tell me I'm either here for divorce, I'm either here to file for a restraining order, I'm here to change my child custody orders. And so then you're able to report back to your desk and then get the forms that you need to. And then with, you know, filling out their information and helping them with their forms, you're really able to kind of help them through that process. And so everything upon completion of that is checked by an attorney supervisor. So trust me, you're not liable for anything. You're not liable for, you know, whatever happens within their case. You're just simply helping them fill out the steps needed for their case. And so yeah, I mean, for me personally, it was a very great experience to kind of just learn what a form looked like, how the court navigated, and then also, you know, I think no one expects to, you know, witness these kind of encounters too. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's been kind of crazy things happen at the court, where you would see, you know, some people within their most vulnerable stages of their life, and, you know, having that resiliency, having that emotional capacity, you know, that's why we have the reflection sessions in order to, you know, communicate with another on what experiences we've gone through, because sometimes it can be, you know, a little emotionally draining, especially, you know, people are telling you their life stories, people are telling you, you know, they're within, you know, their most vulnerable stages of their life. And so being able to help them in that capacity is really great. And then I think another component we really want to tie into is that with, you know, this great opportunity, it's great, you know, looking on a resume, we really want people that are willing to help people, just because, you know, within the legal system, we need people who are, you know, actually compassionate and caring about others, not just, you know, willing to get a check and just graduate and, you know, do that. So I just want to emphasize that this opportunity, that's why we have a service agreement, that's why, you know, we have all this, but at the same time, it's a very rewarding experience. So just wanna put that out. I think that's good for me. We'll just go to the bottom if that's okay. So then we'll go right here. So this is our interest form. If you're interested in this opportunity, or if you're just here today, if you don't mind just filling this out, I'll be able to kind of email you guys and help you guys navigate the process. And so if you guys have any trouble with, you know, the application or anything, if you guys have trouble, you know, any questions or about your placement, or even, you know, just any questions in general, I'd be happy to help. You guys could email me. Unfortunately, my boss could not be here today. Her name is Amarina Urbeck. She is the program director. She's been here since the start of Justice Corps, so she has a lot of knowledge and kind of foundation of the program. And she's just a wonderful mentor. So if you guys have, you know, the ability to meet her, she's great. And then other than that, if you guys are able to fill out that interest form, that would be amazing. But other than that, and then I'll stay back for any questions or anything you guys have. And then I do want to advertise this real quick. So this is gonna be our virtual information session. Like I said or we could go back to this one after, sorry. But for the virtual information session, it's gonna be on February 27th on Zoom at 5 p.m. It's basically gonna be the same thing as what I'm doing today. But let's say you have a friend or, you know, a family member that really wants to do this opportunity, or, you know, maybe learn about this opportunity, please send this to them. And we'll be doing that on Zoom. And then we'll go back to that one. But yeah, if you guys have any questions or comments or concerns, yes.
So with it being a whole year, how does that work with winter break? Because I think most of us begin here.
So with winter break, so the 300 hours is kind of, you know, the whole year. And so let's see, you guys are on semester system, right? Okay. Also, I'm sorry, I'm Madi, so I go to UC San Diego and I'm an undergrad senior. So I'm on a quarter system, I'm on a little different system, but for semester, let's see. When is your guys' breaks again? It's okay if you
It's
don't.
like 5 weeks and
Okay, so the way that we kind of navigate that question is, as long as you get your 300 hours done by June, you're fine. But we do have like checkpoints for you guys to like keep up with your hours. So, you know, we recommend within a certain timeline, you complete 100 hours, or we complete, you know, 150 hours or anything. So as long as you're keeping like a count of how many hours you need to complete. I know with me, I wasn't able to serve for like 3 weeks, and as long as I completed my hours and did, double shifts, completed those hours within the June 2025 timeline, you should be fine.
Okay, and then I live in the Bay Area, so is it like transferable, like I could do it there, or does?
I could double check with you just because I think, I don't wanna promise you anything, but I believe it's possible. I think only under certain circumstances, but we'd be happy to work with you.
Yeah, thank you.
Does anybody else have any questions?
So, yeah, could you put up the list of courthouses again, just so I can see like where I could possibly volunteer at or work at?
And if you guys have like sorry, I kind of just threw a bunch of stuff at you guys, but if you guys have any questions on any slides, let me know. Oh, you don't have a question on any?
No, I just needed to see where the courthouses were.
And then some of them are actually not specifically mentioned, so there is also potential placements to be placed within LASSD and then the UD clinic in North County. But these are just kind of the general areas where you'll be placed at, yeah.
And so it's a placement, it's not a selection where you choose the courthouse you go to, it's that you're randomly
It's
assigned.
both, so we'll try to match you based on your priority preference, and then depending, because San Diego is a very car dependent city area, and so let's say you have a car, we will try to place you into less car dependent or less, more car dependent areas versus, let's say you don't have a car and you wanna work or you wanna serve. We'll probably place you within, the downtown areas just because they have the MTS trolley, I think that's it, yeah. But then again, it's up to preference too. When you guys interview, you guys able to disclose like what area you want, what placement you want.
I was gonna ask, cause I know like Vista, the parking situation there is much different than like Central
Yeah.
Courthouse. Cause like Central Courthouse, you have to pay all
Yeah.
day. Would that be on your own dollar at Central? Okay.
So that's why we do prioritize kind of, downtown, I'm sorry. These ones are the car dependent ones. These ones are, if you don't drive, you're more likely to be in those. Just because if you are placed within these ones and you drive a car, you're most likely paying $30 a day. So we try to avoid that. And then two, it kind of sucks because if you work downtown, even if you're an employee, you have to pay. And so it's ridiculous, but regardless, we try to do our best in terms of placements. Are you interested in Vista or downtown?
Downtown.
Okay.
So I was like thinking that would be $30 every single day.
Yeah, or, a lot of our interns have also, parked their car within a free space and then trolleyed. I'd be happy to give you those resources too if anybody is interested. Okay. And then, yeah, I think, I'm also here to answer any more questions. Does anybody have any concerns? Is anybody interested in applying? Awesome, okay, yay, so excited. But yeah, I think, does anybody have any questions for me too? I'd be happy to share kind of resources and kind of more experience if that's okay.
So did you personally commute by car? Did you use like transit to,
Here?
for this like program?
So I was placed in the Vista one. I live like 5 minutes from the Vista courthouse, so it was very easy for me. I feel that if I was placed like in downtown, I would have done the same thing, like park within a certain space that provided free parking and then take the trolley down. Just because I know it's, like I said, it's very expensive, it adds up. And then again, unfortunately, this opportunity isn't paid, but it's trying to leverage what you could do, yeah. And then just talking on to, the opportunity and how it isn't paid, not gonna lie, last year that was kind of, a deterrent for me at the beginning. But in turn of that, I did receive the $1,600 scholarship, which helped me, and then I also applied for additional scholarships. So I'm not gonna advertise those scholarships, but if you guys, are interested in this opportunity or wanna know more scholarships in order to supplement kind of, the unpaid opportunity, let me know, I'd be happy to help.
Yeah, I'll just point out, SDSU also has a program that affords students some benefits if you are doing an unpaid scholarship or unpaid internship. I don't know all the details specifically, and it's not just like they don't just give them out, but like we have that program as well. So,
And to also talk on like why it's kind of difficult, so in general, kind of the Justice Corps San Diego program, like I said, with that big chart, how we get federal funding from Congress. So we have to renew our contracts every year, and so it is kind of the ask of, you know, providing the service awards is one thing, and then also providing kind of the resources that interns get. Also in consideration that, I know you live in the Bay Area, right? The Bay Area and Los Angeles has the bigger regions. We're more of the smaller region. And so, like, for example, I think we have like 50 undergrad interns at San Diego and then 3 fellows. In Los Angeles, we have about 22 fellows and I think close to like 200 interns. So it's like a really big difference. And so, but yeah, other than that, just kind of the funding is something that we try to secure every year. And so, yeah, just wanted to talk about that a little bit.
no more questions? All good? All right, well, thank you for coming in today. Yeah, if anyone wants to talk personally with her or with us about dues and any of the questions you guys have, we didn't bring t-shirts today, but we'll have them probably next meeting, or our next in-person meeting. So yeah, thank you guys for coming. You're all free to go. Yeah, if you have any questions though, or for Money Total or us, come up.
Did everybody get one? Okay, awesome.